Hello there. In this video, we're going to build our carousel for our design system. So let's go. Okay, welcome back to the file. So we're going to jump in and create a new page for our carousel component. So let's just go here, let's click on the plus and add a new page. And let's just rename that to carousel. All right, let's go back up and let's just take this page and copy it. Just lock that again. Let's go back to carousel, press Command V, paste that in, and let's just update the information on this page. Okay, so let's paste in a sentence on what the carousel is. So a carousel displays content in a horizontal scrollable format, ideal for showcasing images, cards, or featured items. So I think that should be sufficient. I'm going to leave this container here for now with the states. And what we're going to do is we want to go back to our research file and let's copy in what we have from there. So let's just switch to the other tab. Okay, so here we go. So reviews, let's press Command C. Let's go back to the UI kit and press Command V. Let's just move that over here. Okay, so looking at our wireframe, we've got our reviews inside the carousel. So we've got these review cards, we've got star ratings, content, we'll have a profile image of someone and then their name and job role. And then we've got the chevron icons here, which allow you to go forward or backward and cycle between the different reviews that are being displayed. So we're showing a maximum of 4 here on the viewport for desktop. And I guess when there are more available, these buttons will become active and let you go backwards and forwards between them. Okay, so I think we can break this down into a couple of components. So we're going to need these chevron buttons to allow us to navigate the carousel and go back and forth. And we're also going to need the reviews themselves. So this review card here, we'll need to make a component for that. And then all of this will be wrapped inside the carousel as one component. Okay, for starters, let's draw out a frame. Just drag that down here. I'm just going to rename that as testing. And let's just start out by dragging out one of these reviews and popping it there in the testing frame. Okay, so looking at the card, we've got a star rating at the top, we've got content, we've got an image, then we've got the name and the job role. So let's just break this down. We've already got a star rating that we can use, which is technically under, I think it's under the card. Yeah, so what I might do is just grab this star rating and put it on a separate page, similar to what we did for the navigation links. So let's just create a separate page for this because we can use the star rating in different places. Let's just go down here. Let me just quickly paste that in and I'll just remove that container for now. And let's just tidy up this page. All right, and let's update the sentence here. So a star rating component allows users to quickly view or provide a rating, typically from 1 to 5 stars to represent quality or satisfaction. I think that will do. Let's go back to the cards. Let's click here on star rating. Let's right click and let's move it. So move to page, star rating. Okay, there that goes. Let me just lock this page for now. Go to star rating. Zoom out and hopefully find it. There it is. So let's just bring that up a bit more. Let's zoom in and let's just drag that up so it sits there. Okay, don't need that. That should be fine. All right, I'm going to go in and just take the underscore off of star rating because we're using it in different areas now. So I think that's fine. Okay, for the moment, let's just go in. Let's take 5 stars. Let's copy and paste that. Let's go back to our carousel. Let's go to our testing area. Let's just Command V, paste that in there for the moment. So we're using a frame that's 288 by 256. Okay, so let's just draw that again. Okay, and let's just have a look. What have we got? So we'll give it a background color. We'll give it a fill of neutral 0. And there is a shadow on it somewhere. Let me just go in a bit further. Yeah, so there's a small drop shadow on that. So let's just find our frame again. Let's go to effects, let's click on the plus. Okay, let's apply some variables. All right, let's go up here to modes. Let's go shadows. Let's do small for now. Okay, we can see it, so that's a good start. Okay, so it looks like we've got rounded corners. Let's just refine that to 16 for now. Let's go ahead and let's just pop our star rating in there just for the moment. Okay, what I'm going to do is rename this frame to review. I'll put underscore review for now. Let's press Shift A. Now again with the width, I want it to be a minimum width of, let's do 288 as the minimum for now. So click in here, add minimum width, 288, hit enter. So that's always going to be a minimum of 288, so that's good. Let's go in here, let's just copy out this text. Let's place that below, so that's going to be the content. Let's Shift A on that and let's just mark that as content. And let's set that to fill, and yeah, that's set to hug as well, so that's good. Let's apply some variables to this text as well. Let's update the color as well. Okay, that's good. Let's go in here and let's see. So we've got a profile image here, which is 64 by 64. Okay, so we'll paste that in there just for the moment. We'll just rename that to image for now. Okay, let's go in here. Let's just copy out this text. Let's just paste it in there just for the moment. Okay, and let's apply some variables. Okay, those variables have been applied. Let's just Shift A on these two, and let's just mark that as content for now. Let's just add some spacing variables as well. Okay, that's fine. I think I need to tidy up the spacing variables across this anyway, so let's just go here. Okay, we've got all the key components in here. Let's see if we can start to lay this out a bit more. So I've currently got the padding on the actual outer review frame here. Now I'm not sure that's going to work because I've got a background color here. It needs to span the entire bottom section of this card, and I don't think it will currently because we've got 24 pixels of padding top and bottom, left and right. So we'll start to remove this padding and tighten it up, and what we'll have to do is apply the padding to the elements inside this review card. So if I go on content, let me just double click what the padding was. So let's just opt to use 16 for now. I think 24 looked quite a lot. So let's do 16 left and right. Top and bottom, I think we'll just do 8 pixels for the moment. Okay, I'm going to wrap the star rating as well, and I'm going to do the same. So let's do 16 and let's do 8 pixels. And I actually think the top and the bottom are probably going to need to be 16. So whoops, done that the wrong way around. There we go, 16 at the top. Okay, so we've got 16 either side, 8 top and bottom. Let's shift click on both of these and let's Shift A for an auto layout. Wrap those in, I'm just going to name it container for the moment. Let's make sure the container is set to fill, so it fills the entire bottom section. Now what I want to do is, let me just add a fill to this just so I can see what I'm doing. So let's go neutral, let's go here, let's just add anything for now. So let's just do neutral 50. This is vertically set in the auto layout. Let's do horizontal. I think it's currently set to align top left, so let's do align left. Let's double click so it pushes the information out. And now let's apply some of these spacing variables. So left and right I think was going to be 16. Top and bottom was going to be, I think we'll do 8, but then what we were going to do is the bottom would be 16 to match the top. It does look a bit detached from each other, so let's just double click again so it's aligned left. Let's add some spacing variables here. So the space between, let's use 24. Where's 24? There we go. So that looks a little bit closer to what we had before. So now you can see as I move the card left and right, it does responsively react to how big it is, which is great. That's what we want. And also when I drag it to the left, it kind of snaps and stops because I've set a minimum width of 288. So dragging it all the way out to the right and dragging it back, that's as far as I can go, 288. Okay, I think that is good for now. Let's go in here. Let's just give it a slightly different color. I feel like maybe we should give it another color down here. I think that would be fine. We'll just give it a very light color for the moment, or maybe 75. Maybe that will be okay. Let's just give this profile picture, it's a bit of a placeholder at the moment. Let's just set that to neutral 0. Just click on there and make sure we have actually got everything with a color. So we haven't at the moment. These need to be neutral 600. There we go. So now that card should be set up with variables, colors and typography. So I think that should be okay for the moment. Okay, let's just tighten up some of the spacing. Technically I've got 16 here because you've got padding here of 8, and also on the star rating you've got 8 at the bottom, so let's just take the 8 off the bottom of the star rating. Let's just have a look again. I think that should be okay. That tightens it up a little bit better. Okay, I think that should be fine for now. If we want to make any further tweaks we can, but we can do it a little bit later. Let's just go in here. Let's just drag this across onto the page, and let's just duplicate this section as well. Let me just get rid of those states, and let's just put it inside of that container. Okay, let's give this a name. We'll just call it review for now. Just going to press Command Option K on it as well, so it's a component, but it will be a local component. I think that's fine. Okay, let's update the sentence. So a review card displays user feedback, including a star rating, name, and a comment, and can be browsed within a horizontal carousel. Let's just update the name so we can call that a review card. Okay, the next thing I want to do is Option Drag. Let's just put that back out there. So currently there's no customization with this at the moment. I probably want to give it a little bit of customization so I can tweak the reviews as I go along. Okay, so clicking on the main component and clicking on the content, I'm clicking on the text. I'm going to go up here, click on Apply Variable or Property, click on the plus, and let's just label this content, and I'm going to create that property. So clicking on this instance of the component, I now have access to adjust the text. Yep, so that works. I mean, we already have the star rating here anyway, so that's fine, so we can adjust that. Let's go in here, let's click on the name of the person, let's click on Apply Variable or Property, click on the plus, just rename that to name, click on Create, and I'm going to do the same while I'm here for job title. So same process, click on Apply Variable or Property, click on the plus, job role, click on Create Property. Now hopefully when we click on this card, let's click on it again, there we go. So let's do product designer, yep, that updates. Just type Mitch in there for now. Cool, that updates as well. Okay, something else I want to do, we have the star rating in here, but when I click on this instance of the component, it's not coming up here in the right panel, but it exists. If I double click and go a bit deeper, then I get these options here to change the star rating. I don't really want that, I want it to appear higher, so just when I click on this level of the card. So if I click back on the master component here, I'm going to go just to the review card level. Okay, I'm going to click on the plus. Now there is exposed properties from nested instances. I'm going to click on that, and now you can see it says star rating. I'm going to click on the tick box. That now appears here on the right hand panel. If I close this and click back on the instance that we have on the left hand side, we now have our star rating. So it surfaces those nested instances, those nested components, and brings them to the top, which is really great. And you can collapse or expand these nested instances here, but I'll just leave that expanded because I only have one at the moment. So let's set that back to 5 stars because that's what we are, 5 stars. And let's move on to the next bit. Okay, part 2 of the video will be next week, so like and subscribe, add some comments, and I will see you in the next video.